When you go out and buy a washing machine, are you just buying a big, heavy metal box with a motor inside? Or are you actually buying something else completely? The answer to that question, well, it unlocks everything we're about to get into. And here's the answer. A product isn't just one thing. It's actually three things all wrapped up into one. The best way to think about it, like I said, is an onion. And marketers spend all their time trying to peel back these three layers to figure out what it is that we, the customers, truly want.
Right at the very heart of it, the absolute center of the onion is the core product. Now, this isn't the physical thing at all. It's the promise. It's the problem that gets solved. You've probably heard the classic example. You don't buy a quarter-inch drill. You buy a quarter-inch hole. For our washing machine, the core product isn't the machine. It's the benefit of having clean clothes without all the work. It's buying back your time.
Okay, so the next layer out is the actual product. This is the part that most of us think of as the whole product. It's the tangible, physical thing you can actually kick the tires on. It's the machine itself, its specific wash cycles, its Energy Star rating, the logo on the front, and how it looks in your laundry room. And then, wrapping everything up is the final outer layer, the augmented product. This is all the extra stuff that comes with the physical object. The warranty that gives you peace of mind, the free delivery and installation, the customer service hotline you call when it makes a funny noise. And honestly, in a super crowded market, this layer is often the only real difference between one brand and another. All right, so that's the anatomy of a single product with all three of its layers. But of course, no product exists in a vacuum. To really understand its place in the market, we have to classify it. Because let's face it, the way you sell a chocolate bar is completely different from the way you sell a new car. So the biggest, most fundamental split comes down to a really simple question. Who's the buyer? If it's you buying something for your own personal use, it's a consumer good. That's your family car. But if a business buys a product to use in their business, it's an industrial good. So the tires you buy at the store for your car, consumer good. The thousands of tires that Ford buys to put on new cars in the factory, industrial good. Same object, totally different purpose, completely different marketing game.
Another key way to classify products is by their lifespan. Is this something you buy once and it lasts for years, or is it something you're constantly replacing? Durable goods, like your TV or fridge, are built to last. The sale is a big deal, it's a higher price, and it often involves a salesperson. But for non-durable goods, like your soap or your soda, the playbook is totally different. It's all about low prices, heavy advertising, and making sure it's available everywhere so you can grab it again and again.
Okay, let's drill down even further within those consumer goods. We can sort them by how much effort you're willing to put into buying them. If you just grab it from the shelf without a second thought, like a gallon of milk, that's a convenience good. If you spend your Saturday afternoon going to 3 different stores comparing prices and styles for a new pair of jeans, that's a shopping good. And if there's that one specific brand of high-end camera that you drive across town to a special store to get, that is a specialty good. So we've got all these ways of classifying things, but the truth is, most companies don't just sell one single product. They manage a whole portfolio, a whole family of products. And the strategic way they structure this family is something marketers call the product mix. Just take a look at this. It's a great example from a major company. We can break down their entire offering using a few key terms. The width is just the number of different product lines they have. So here you see personal wash, oral care, laundry, and deodorants. That's a width of 4. The length is simply the total count of every single item they sell. And then there's depth. That's how many different versions there are of just one product. Just think about Dove soap, all the different scents, sizes, formulas. That's depth. And here's the really crucial part. This product mix is never set in stone. Companies are always tweaking it. They might trade up, maybe by launching a super premium deluxe version of a product to make the whole brand feel a bit more luxurious. Or they'll do the opposite and trade down, like a fancy motorcycle brand launching a cheap little scooter to grab a whole new set of customers. So far, pretty much everything we've talked about is a thing you can physically hold. But what about all the products that you can't? That brings us into the massive and rapidly growing world of services. Simply put, a service isn't an object, it's an action. It's a performance. It's an effort. Think about it. When you get a haircut or take a flight or go to a concert, you don't really walk away with a physical thing. You walk away with a result, an experience. You're buying the deed, not the good. Now, this simple difference, an action versus an object, creates 4 huge challenges that make selling a service totally different. First, they're intangible. You can't see it or touch it before you buy. Second, they're heterogeneous. That's a fancy word that just means they're inconsistent. The same haircut from the same person can be amazing one day and just okay the next. Third, they are produced and consumed simultaneously. The service is happening in real time. And finally, they are perishable. You can't store a service. An empty seat on an airplane or an unsold hotel room for tonight, that revenue is just gone forever. So, because of these unique characteristics, the traditional marketing rulebook, which was really designed for selling physical stuff, just doesn't quite work for services. It needed an upgrade. For decades, the entire world of marketing was built on a simple foundation: the 4 Ps: product, price, place, and promotion. That was the whole game. But if you're trying to sell a service, that's not enough. To really capture the challenges of selling an intangible experience, we need 3 more. And here they are. First up, people. This is huge. In a service, the person providing it is part of the product. A great flight attendant makes for a great flight. Second is physical evidence. Since the service itself is invisible, we as customers look for tangible clues about its quality. Is the restaurant clean? Is the company's website professional and easy to use? And finally, process. This is all about the how. How easy is it to book the appointment? How smooth is the check-in? The delivery of the service is just as important as the service itself. So the crucial takeaway here is that a product is almost never just a simple object. It's a complex bundle of benefits, promises, and experiences. And today, that line between a physical good and an intangible service is getting blurrier and blurrier every single day, which leaves us with a fascinating final thought. In a world of AI assistants, subscription everything,